We back. We back. That's you too, Mac. Mac, that's you too. I didn't know you had two. I didn't know you, Mac, I didn't know you had two accounts. I seen that the other day and I was like, more Mac. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know. All right, cool. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the long. I'm gonna go ahead and cut 10.5. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the short. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the pieces while we let everybody tap in. Yeah, I see that. Sneaky, sneaky ghost account. I see that. I see that. I see that. I see that, my guy. Oh, okay. Got you. Got you. All right, so we're going. So we'll let a few people get in here. Matt, get over here, and then I'll. So I'm glad I wasn't the only one. So 10.25. So let's we're gonna go ahead and cut our parts. So we need 10.25 twice, and then I'll show you what we got going on. So 10.25. So right here. All right, y'all just gonna have to. I'm gonna have to set y'all up. Y'all just. Let's hang tight. I think I cut them 10.5, so hang tight. Yep, I cut them 10.5. All right, so what we're doing is I always put this down so when the metal drops, it don't chip the floor. What's up, Craig? What's up, Craig? What's up, Gary? All right, so what we're doing, all right, so all the members voted to make this video live and make it to open to everybody. So I did start another video. It was members only, building the battery tray in the rack, and all the members said, hey man, end this live and go live public so everybody can get in. Everybody loves fabrication. So maybe we can get the numbers up. Our goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers. We're almost up to 8,000. No, 9,000. I can't remember. Somebody have to go check. Somebody have to go look and check. I don't know. It's either we're almost 8,000 or almost 9,000. I can't remember. But anyway, so this is what we're doing. We're building 8,700. Appreciate it, Mac. So we're almost up to 9,000. I think it's 877. I think it's 8,777 last time I checked. So we're trying to get the numbers up. I know YouTube has got this algorithm crazy going on with all this stuff, but today I got the material, we got the stuff cleaned up, we got the welder fixed, we got all that stuff going to go. So we're going to build 2 battery trays, 2 battery racks, and the cross brace for OG6. OG6 is a 1984 cutlass, also known as OG6. It's a memorial build for my son, and we're oh, it's okay, man. It's okay. If y'all okay with it, I'm okay with it, Gary. Hey, look, If y'all okay with it, I'm okay with it. So what we're doing is we're gonna redo this because this was just spitballing. We're just spitballing. So right now what we're doing is I'm gonna build a battery tray, 2 battery trays. See, look, watch. See, when it falls, it hits that mat. It hits that mat, and it don't chip the floor. All right, so yeah, I'm good with it, Gary. I'm fine with it. So here is the batteries. Hold on a second. What's the question? Have you ever had to cut a windshield to chop a top? No, I don't mess with glass. I got a glass guy. I don't mess with that mess. Let me get this. All right, so the batteries are 10 and a quarter long, 6.89 wide, and 7 and a quarter high. So what I did was, well, I'm telling you, Mac, I would love to have me about a 25 or 30 ton iron worker. Hey, Mac, I seen on Marketplace, there was a 30 ton, Mac, check this out. On Marketplace, I seen it and they listed it and then they took it down and then they put it back up. I thought they sold it, but they put it back up and they dropped the price. I've sent them a message, but they hadn't sent me a message back. It is a 30 ton brake. It's a 30 ton brake. It's like 60 inches. And it's one of them old ones, man, with the wheels and all that crap. So it's about, I think it's about 8 foot long, and it's a 30 ton capacity. Man, I tell you what, I ain't even gonna say the price. I sent them a message and said, hey, look, I'm interested. Man, if I could get that thing right there, and it says it would be, well, it's 30 tons, so I'm sure it'd be in I'm sure it would be in 3/8. But I probably wouldn't never do anything 3/8. That's major, but like 1/4 inch, 5/16, stuff like that would be phenomenal. Like I said, it's about 8 foot long and 30 ton. I love my press brake, 60 ton. Holy shit, 60 tons? Man, oh man, oh man. See, I don't have a lot of room like you, Mac. So if I could get one like 8 foot, I told my son, I said, hey, look, you started this business, NGO Designs. When you want to start fabricating parts, hell, I'll start working for you. I'll be an employee and you can be the boss man. He just laughed. I said, hey, we'll change everything up. It don't make no shit difference to me. I bring in the car side and you do the manufacturing side. Y'all know I don't care. But that thing's nice. I think it's like 8 foot. So this table right here is a 5x10 table. And I think that thing's 8 foot. So we could get that thing, like I told my son, I want to take the bathroom out and put it in the back room. That'll give us 25 square. And we could put that press brake right there in the corner. They said it ran when they unhooked it. But it doesn't matter if it's 3-phase because now you can get converters. But we put that sun gun in that corner right there. Oh, yeah, it'd be good to go. Be good to go. Hey, welcome back, three-wheeler. Welcome back, three-wheeler. All right, so here's what we're doing. This is what I made the other week because I just had a scratch and I wanted to build something. So this is what we built the other day. This is we're not using this. We're changing it up. I got some 2x4 rectangular tubing. So I'm trying to tell everybody what's going on. Then we're gonna get to work. I forgot I had this 2x4 rectangular tubing, which is 3/16 wall. We're gonna use that for the cross brace. So I'm gonna stay on here as long as I can stay on here. And we're gonna build a new cross brace. We're not gonna throw this away. We're just gonna set it to the side. So now what I'm doing is I'm building the battery tray. Yeah, I didn't know they was cheap, Mac, until somebody told me. So the batteries are the batteries that we're going to run. I hadn't got the banner yet, so Carter's supposed to be sending me a banner. They have sponsored or semi-sponsored the batteries, excess power batteries. I think they're D3400s. They're like 4,000 watts, 1,100 cold cranking amps, and they're AMG batteries. So this setup right here is a 6 battery setup. So I went down there and measured the trunk of the car, and I roughly have 22 inches to be able to slide this thing up underneath the quarter. So these batteries are 10 1/4 inches long, they're 6.89 wide, and they're 7 1/4 high. Not really worried about the height. So the width is this way. So with that being said, just make it 7. You know, we just round it up to 7 because we're going to put pads in here, and then I'm probably going to take some 3/16 plate, and I'm probably going to split where the battery is and run some cross braces in here and some other stuff. But anyways, I really want to get this thing three-wheeler lover, man, welcome back, man. I appreciate you coming back. Everybody, look, here's the rules, three-wheeler. No politics, no religion, but, you know, every now and then we'll get crazy a little bit. But I got sponsors that watch these videos, so we kind of keep it. Now, I might say, hey, you know what yesterday was? Anybody know what yesterday was? Anybody know what yesterday was? Some of my frequent flyer fans, what was yesterday? So what we're going to do, so we got 7 inches, let's say 7 inches wide. So we're going to make the inside of this 21, right? So we're going to make the inside of this 21 inches. Yeah, look, Gary knows. Gary knows. Gary knows. 21 inches. And by doing it 21 inches, that gives me a little bit of play to shift the batteries, all right? The batteries are 10.25 or 10 1/4. So they're 10 1/4. So what we're going to do is we're going to space this out just a little bit. Now I cut these, and then because I want to get a good weld, right? I want to get good penetration. So the batteries are 10 1/4, right? Long. So that's what we're going to do right there. We're going to split the difference, and we're going to make them 10 1/4. I came back because all my boys from Classic Car Revivals are here. What are you, three-wheeler, what are you talking about? Classic Car Revivals, what are you talking about? So we're going to make it 10 1/4 on the inside. So I cut these long and I cut these longs, and then I cut them with the cutoff wheel to get the 45s. So what we're going to do is we're going to space this out, right? So probably what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to go in there and take a piece of scrap sheet metal, and I'm going to shear it at 10 1/4. And the reason why I'm going to do that, so I can just drop it in place, right? Just to represent the battery. So just kind of give everybody a visual. And then the width, we're just going to say they're 7 inches wide, right? So that means I can get 3 batteries, 1, 2, 3 batteries. Now, being the batteries are 10 1/4 long, we might be able to, I don't know, y'all let me know what you think. Since this is 21 inches, what we might do is, I've thought about it. I'm running 3 batteries, run 3 batteries on this side and 3 batteries on the passenger side. So that will give me 36 volts, right? We could do 36 volts to one pump and 36 volts to another pump, right? Or we could break it up, and we could go 24 volts to the rear pump, and then we could go 48 volts to the front pump. So with that being said, okay, cool. So I don't know, but if I end up, I've got 3, 4, 5. If I do 5 batteries, then that's a uneven number. So we got 5. So I could do 1, 2, 3, and then put another tray. I seen a video the other night that the guy had 3 batteries, and then he had a tray off like this and had the 4th battery, and then had 4 batteries. And then by doing that, I don't know, I'm trying to keep this thing symmetrical. Trying to keep it symmetrical as possible. So what I'm thinking, I don't know, y'all let me know. Y'all chime in. So if we got the trunk, right, you got the trunk, and then you got 3 batteries here, and then you got 1 battery like that, and then you got 3 batteries, and then you got another battery here, and then you got a pump and a pump. Like I said, we're just spitballing, and you guys know that what's up, Tulu? You guys know I always take constructive criticism, you know, y'all give it to me. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So just imagine this rack is not, just imagine this rack. So if we got 3 batteries, we've got 1, 2, 3 batteries here, and then we put another battery here, that's 4. And we do the exact same thing on this side. We got 1, 2, 3 batteries, and then a 4th battery. The pumps are gonna be mounted just like this in the middle, right? The pumps are gonna be mounted just like this in the middle. And then I have 10 solenoids. So I can run, so the rule of thumb is, if you got 3 batteries, you need to run 3 solenoids. If you got 4 batteries, you need to run 4 solenoids. If you got 5 batteries, you need to run 5 solenoids. So I'm gonna run all these solenoids, but if we got 3 batteries here, we should have enough room for another battery here, and then I'm gonna make a bracket out of some angle and run the solenoids here, like that, where you can still get to them, right? Or we might even drop them down like this. I don't know yet. I don't know. So what's up, Lee? Hey, what's up, Lee? Lee. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say this right quick. I was doing a members only video, but all the members voted for me, and I took constructive criticism. They said, hey, Jay, make this thing live so everybody can see it and let everybody know what you got going on, and then that might help people come over to the member side so you can see. So Mexican Lee, I'm not going to say Mexican Lee, I'm just going to say Lee, right? So Lee and Nathan. So Lee, this is what the setup is from JoJo. So my buddy JoJo from SoCal, from Reds Hydraulics, that's who built this system for me. It's all Reds, all the best of the best that they had, right? So they sponsored the build. Super blessed, super thankful. I got everything. Everything's good. So here's where I'm at. This system is a basic 6 battery system. Three batteries on one pump, 3 batteries on another pump. So what we're doing right now, and I'm making this stuff modular. Everything's gonna be bolted so it can be removed. So right now, we're in the developing stages. So I've already got 1 battery tray laid out. We're gonna go ahead and finish cutting the rest of the angle. And we're gonna make the other battery tray, and then we're gonna tack it all together. We're gonna get that 2x4 rectangular tubing out, and we're gonna just go ahead and build the rack, okay? I'm gonna stay on here as long as I can stay on here, right? So what I'm looking at, if we got 1, 2, 3 batteries on 1 pump, if we got 3 batteries, so look right here. If we got, the way this system is, they call this a 6 battery setup. You got 12 volts, 12 volts, 12 volts, and then you got a pump. This pump goes to the front. Then you got another pump, and this goes to the rear, right? Then you got a battery, a battery, a battery. So this is 36 volts, 36 volts, right? So when I'm asking, this car is just gonna be lay and play. It's not gonna be hopping, might just do a hop here and there, but this is just lay and play, lay and play. So what I was thinking is, if I could probably squeeze 2 more batteries right here long ways, right? But that'd be 5 batteries on this side and 5, that'd be 10 batteries total. I don't know how I feel about that, because that's uneven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an odd number, right? So what I'm thinking, I'm asking, and everybody chime in, and we'll just see. So if I put 3 batteries on the rack like this, and I add another rack right there, and I put a 4th battery, so that right there would be 48 volts to 1 pump, and then you got a pump, and then you got a pump, right? That's how the pumps are going to be setting. I want them to be setting just like that. Right? Just like that. All right, then on the other side, we have 3 batteries, and then we add off to the rack, and we have another battery. So that'd be 4 batteries on this side, 4 batteries on that side, that's 8. Now, y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but the reason why I'm gonna go 6 is because look at this. You got 6 batteries. It's OG6. It's OG6, right? OG6, 6 batteries. You got 3 on this side, 3 on this side. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. This is the way my mind works. So if you got 4 on this side, 4 on this side, that's 8. Then the 2 pumps, that's 10. All right. So I can always add another bracket on here because, like I said, I'm gonna make this modular. And so we're just gonna, I got 20 foot of angle iron, so we're just gonna build this rack and that rack, and then we're gonna see, and then we'll just go from there. And if I have to, we'll add another one. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put tabs on this so it actually bolts to that 2x4 rectangular tubing, all right? So, and then if I want to add another battery, I can add another battery. Okay, so here's tray number 1. Now, I cut the, excuse me, I ate a bowl of grits. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and cut the other 2 pieces. We're gonna cut the other parts, and then we're gonna go from there. So let me go ahead and get this saw going. I'm gonna set the camera up, and y'all hang tight, and then I'll catch up on the comments. It's 1/4 inch. 4 batteries. It's 1/4 inch. It's 1/4 inch angle. That's all they didn't carry anything else. They didn't carry anything else. Yeah, it's 1/4 inch. They did me pretty good on the angle. Honestly, I thought it was gonna. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be a little bit more than what they charged me, but it was actually $61 for a 20-foot stick, and they cut it in half for me. They didn't charge me the cut fee, which I'm thankful for that. So, yeah. So let me see, get caught up on the comments. 4 batteries to each pump will make him quicker on the switch. My first one, I did 2 pump, 6 battery. I did on my 85 Regal, my first lowrider. Hey, Lee, so I had a 93 Toyota that had 16 switches, and it had 12 batteries. And that son of a gun would lift up off the world. Maybe a half moon on each side with all 4 in line. I don't have a lot of room to do that, Mac. I know what you're talking about, a half moon. You talking about stacking the batteries like that? I don't have no way to roll nothing like that. But that's a good idea, Mac. What happened? Did I miss something? Nathan, what are you talking about? Nathan, what are you apologizing for? Oh, yeah. Nathan, yeah, 8 foot's fine. What, 8 foot for what? What are you talking about, Nathan? Yeah, look, so the guy that actually done my truck, Jeff Lowe, he's got a right side drive Toyota pickup truck, and he still has it to this day. It's in his garage. Dude, that thing is insane. And he also has a big Chevrolet truck that has button tuck interior and stuff. I think I got a video on here, an old video. I'll see if I can find it and I'll repost it with the button tuck. So I had a 93 Toyota pickup truck that had, the first set of wheels I had on it was Dayton's. I bought the truck new when I was 15 at the dealership. 1992, I bought a 93 Toyota pickup truck for like $3,600. I paid like $2,500 down, and then they financed the rest of it. And through Toyota World Omnia, I'd worked my whole, that's all I did, right? So I just worked my ass off. And then I took the truck to Rumley Brothers, I drove to South Carolina. And got a Lear camper shell. And it, with the glass that was at an angle. So it made it look like a Blazer. So I went and done that, and then I took it to Rumley Brothers, and Rumley Brothers was like the top damn 21 and a half. They was like the top upholstery place here. Everybody brought their shit there. I mean, they done rag tops, they done all kinds of shit. But the old man died, and it's no good no more. But anyways, I took it up there to them, and I got pictures of it. They put green and black crushed velvet, 6-inch biscuits. They built a speaker box in the back that had 615 Rockford Fosgates, had door pods that had 6.5, 4.5, 3.5, and tweeters in the doors. I put bucket seats out of an MR2 in it. Had all Rockford Fosgate stuff, punch 1000s. It was insane. Everybody thought I was slinging dope in school, but it wasn't. I just worked my ass off. And then my friend Jeff Lowe, I sold my four-wheeler, got some money from four-wheeler. He ordered 2 Pro Hopper pumps, all the 16 switches. He was the only one around here doing it at the time. We put coil overs, cylinders over coils, and he used Honda Civic or Honda Accord coils, and that's how we done the truck. The truck didn't have a chain bridge because I didn't know nothing about no chain bridge, but it had so much weight in the back that it would stand up, and man, I would go through the stoplight, and man, we'd pick that son of a gun up. It was so crazy, man. You pick it all the way up, you drop the right rear, you drop the front left, and then you'd go through the intersection, and that son of a gun would kick over, and that son of a gun would ride 3-wheel. Neon lights were there wasn't no neon lights. So me and Pieface, and there was one other guy that had neon lights, the actual tube lights underneath it, and I had green underneath it. Had 13x7 Dayton wire wheels with gold spinners. The truck, I got pictures of it. The truck was forest green, sanded it, the Scotch to clear, put big metal flake in it, cleared the shit out of it. Didn't clear it real good because it was still, so had to go back and re-sand it again, re-clear it. Yeah, everybody thought I was slinging dope. I wasn't. I worked in the fields. I worked at all those restaurants, and every bit of the money I put in that truck. Didn't chase women, didn't do nothing. I put it in that truck. I wish I still had that truck, but I sold it when I went to the Navy. Didn't have nowhere to put it. I sold it. I wish I'd have kept it. I did find it years later, but it was destroyed in a field down in South Carolina. But that truck was crazy, man. You could be going down the road. Man, we went to Myrtle Beach. It would hop. I mean, you could, but it had, I still got the battery charger to this day. I still got the battery charger. I kept it. It's over there. It's a big-ass battery charger. It would charge up like 72 volts. But that thing, man, it was loud. The stereo was loud, had interior lights in it. It was crazy. Like I said, I wish I kept it. So, yeah. Yeah, I wish I would have kept it. But I didn't. I had to sell it because, well, I'll be honest with you, man. I had to sell it. My parents wouldn't let me keep it at their house when I was in the Navy. I would just leave it at that. And yeah, and I sold it, and then I bought it. When I sold it, I needed another truck. So, but anyways, nevertheless, it's all good in the neighborhood. But it was a monster. It was. I mean, you'd hit the button. There wasn't no touching it. I can't remember how Jeff had it wired up, but man, you'd hit that pump, and that son would go with, it would leave here, man. It would leave here. All right, so let's go ahead and get these other 2 angles cut, and stop talking so much. So we got 21 and a half. Yeah, hard bodies are, I never was a fan of the hard bodies, me personally. I just didn't like them. There was a bunch of them around here too. So we're gonna go 21 and a half. I might have to put y'all down for just a second. I might have to put y'all down for just a second. $21 and a half. We're going to have to cut this backwards because I don't have enough to. 21 and a half. Well, we chewed that daggone 10-foot piece up, didn't we? They was out of cutting oil at the store, so I'm just using PB blaster. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mark these pieces of angle. We're gonna mark them, and then we're gonna put the 45s on them. Then I'm gonna cut them off with the cutoff wheel. It'll be a little bit faster. Plus, I don't want to pinch the saw blade and break it. So what I'm doing now is I'm just marking 45. I bought a new square because the other one was cracked. And it would have probably been all right, but I cut it. So let me show you, if you don't know how to use a, now there's a lot of shit on here, hip, valley, common cut, all that. We're not getting into that, but that's your pivot point right there. That's your pivot point. So these are your degrees, right? 45, two 45s make a 90, right? And then two 22s and a half make a 45, right? So what you do is you go right here on the corner and you grab it on the corner. So you want to take, and try not to drop this thing, right? Try not to drop this thing because they will bend, but you know, it happens. So what you want to do is you want to line this thing up right up to the edge. So you want to line this up with the edge of the angle, right? And then once you get it up to the edge, then you want to swing it the pivot point, right? That's the pivot point. Well, you see right there on that wheel right there, there's your angles, right? And a lot of people get confused on them angles. So I do too sometimes. But you want to try to keep it on the edge right there. And see right there is 45, right? All right, Gary. Appreciate it. So right there is 45. You make the mark. You got 45 and 45. So when we do 45 and 45, we'll put it together. That makes a 90. So that's what we're doing. So I'm going to mark these, and we're going to cut these, and then this will be the other two trays, the other two pieces for the other tray. So hopefully that helps somebody out. There's a lot of other stuff you can do with them things. My brother Chris, man, he was a carpenter, and man, he like hip valley cut, common cut. It was crazy. Like I said, there's a lot of information on these little speed squares. So I was wiping the cutting oil off of it. So you just want to line it up on the edge and then run it over to 45. And once you get it on 45, we just want to scribe the mark. I wish I had some chalk. Sharpies are good, and then once the tip is gone on a Sharpie, it ain't no good no more. So, like I said, I always put something down like this. So when the metal cuts, it don't it don't chip the floor. So that's a drop. So this right here is a drop. Let's see how long this, there's a tape measure. Let's see how long this drop is. And we might use this for something else, like for the solenoids. I don't know if I have a smaller piece. I don't know, it looks like about 13, 14 inches long. Look, I said it looks like 14 inches long. Look at our 14 inches on the money. All day, every day, twice on Tuesday. And I need to get one of them T-squares from Harbor Freight. So if we do this, right, this right here, what's the width of that right there? Anybody know? It looks like about an inch and about an inch. I don't have no 1 inch angle, I don't think. But if I had some 1 inch angle, then what we could do is we could take some 1 inch angle, and then when we go to line the tubing with the angle, then we just got this much. I can't use 1 inch tubing because I won't be able to weld the bolts on the bottom to do whatever, right? So if we use a piece of 1 inch angle, and I might have a piece, then when we do that to hang, let me see if I can get my stuff right. So if we had a piece of 1 inch angle and we made a bracket to hold the solenoids would look like they're free floating, and they wouldn't be like that right there. Now, there's nothing wrong with using that, but you see that. But if we go through here, let's say when we get that 2x4 rectangular tubing and we run a piece of angle across the front and we put that in there, it would look like it's free floating. You see what I'm saying? So what's up, 87? So that's what I'm thinking about. So we got this. Let's go ahead and cut these angles, and then I'm gonna have to, let's get this other piece. So we get this piece, we gotta cut one more piece, and we got to get the other stick off the back of the truck. So this is the other battery tray. So we need to cut one more. So let me show you how to do these angles again. If you don't know how to do them, let me show you. So we want to put 45s on the end of it. And the reason why I'm not using my saw, if you're just tapping in, the reason why I'm not using the saw is because, or the little saw out there, is because I don't want to pinch the blade and break it. So this right here, this square, this is your pivot point. And then you run your pivot point, and here's all your degrees, right? This right here in the middle is your hip and your valley, like 2 on 12, 6 on 12, 2 on 12, 1 on 12. That's your rafter pitch. We're not really worried about that. But I cut these pieces just a little bit long because we're going to cut the ends of it off with a cutoff wheel. So I'm going to mark this, and then I'm going to show you how to do it if you missed it earlier. So this is how you use one of these little squares. Try not to break these, try not to drop these squares and bend it, because if you bend it, then, you know. So that right there, that flat spot right there where it says pivot point, you want to put that flat up to the edge of the material, whatever you're using, right? Then you want to pivot it, and you want to keep it kind of where it's at on the pivot. And we want 45 degrees, so that's 45, and then you scribe your line, and then when we cut that, we're actually going to cut. When we cut, we're actually going to run the cutoff wheel right down the edge on the end. Don't cut it all the way. When you cut it, don't run it here. You want to run it on this side. And if we cut it a little bit, it's all right, because we're going to space this out an 1/8 of an inch. And the reason why we're going to space it out an 1/8 of an inch, so when we weld, we can penetrate it, and we can get a good weld all the way through. If you do a butt weld like that, and then you run the weld across there, and then we got to smooth the weld out so the battery's laying there flat, you're going to be grinding your weld down. So look at it like this. If you do a butt weld and then you weld it, right? So you got your weld and you got your crack. And then you come back in here and you want to grind it down, guess what? You just ground all your weld away. It's going to break. So what you want to do is you want to split it. That's why I cut it a little long. So when I cut it a little long and we cut it, I'm going to split it like that, right? I'm going to split it like that, and that is whatever the thickness of the material is, you want to do a gap that way. That's the way I was taught, If somebody was taught a different way, then that's okay. You do it the way you taught, I'm gonna do it the way I taught. I've never had a weld break, ever, knock on wood, never. So by doing it this way, you got a gap, and then you got a gap, right? And then and it's the half of the thickness. So if it's a 1/4 inch, half of a quarter is an eighth, right? I know some people didn't do good in math, but if you want to see it in a fraction, it's 0.25, and then it's 125, right? That's the difference. This is a quarter, this is a quarter, that's a quarter, this is an eighth, right? Right, that's the difference. So what you want to do is you want to split the difference, because it's 3/6, it's 1/4 inch material. So we want to split it about 1/8 of an inch. And now when we go to weld, our weld is going to come all the way down in here, and we're going to weld this, and we're just going to try to keep it as flat as possible. So when we come back in here and clean the top off, when we lay this tray with some rubber, when we put the batteries in here, then it will be flat. On the bottom, we're not going to worry about it. We're not going to clean the welds up. We're going to burn it in real good. I did fire up the welder with a new lead, and she's doing pretty good. So right there's the weld with the new stinger. So if we can get it to lay that flat right there, we'll be in good shape. And then that's how we're going to do all the corners. So a lot of people will butt shit together and then grind the welds, and then their shit breaks because there's nothing there. So let's go ahead and mark this other one, and then let's start cutting this stuff, right? Yep, feel the gap. Feel the gap. Feel the gap. That's what some of you try to tell your woman at night, and you can't do it. Feel the gap. Can't feel it. You ain't got nothing to feel it. Yeah, it done good. It done good, Gary. Gary, it really did. I mean, it took a while to get it, but once I got it, it done. I mean, once I finally got it in the mail, I went ahead and changed it out, and then I used it because I really want to do this. Let me get me some. Like I said, I'm gonna run this live until we finish. You know, I'm not gonna stop at 60 minutes. We're just gonna keep on running. So, where my oil holes at? The hell I do with my glasses? I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Let's get it. Well, it'd probably help if I put the damn angle in the thing. Now I'm throwing the sparks down, not throwing them on the car, not throwing. Be mindful where you're throwing your sparks. You know, if you got anything that's going to catch on fire or whatever, make sure you're mindful where you throw your sparks. So what I did first is I scribed it across the top, and I'm going to follow that scribe line. And as I go through the scribe line at the top, I'm going to let the blade fall down so I can run that edge, right? So let me show you. I know a lot of people are visual. So let me show you. Somebody down there banging. All right, so right here, so this is what I was telling you. I appreciate that, Nathan. So right here's my scribe line, right? So I scribe that, right? And you want to cut you want to split the line. If I cut on this, let me show you right here. If I cut on this side of the line, I'm gonna be too short. If I cut on that side of the line, I'm gonna be too long. But if I cut the line, then I should be all right, and I can split the difference, and then I can fill it in with weld. But this is what I was telling you about. This is what I was telling you. Don't try to cut the bottom right here, because that thing is going to be that blade's going to try to run that edge. So the way I found it works for me is I scribe a line and then I start cutting, right? So I put more pressure on the top. So think about it as like a clock wheel, okay? Think about it as a clock wheel, right? You got 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 4 o'clock, right? So what I'm doing is I'm putting the blade between 9 and 12, right? So I'm putting the blade between 9 and 12, right? 9 o'clock and 12 o'clock. And I'm cutting on this edge right here, right? And I'm pushing the blade in. I'm letting the blade do the work. I'm not hogging it in there. I'm letting the blade cut more at 11 o'clock than at 9 o'clock. Once I start breaking through, I use this to guide the blade, and I gradually go through the top. I gradually cut at 11 o'clock, and then after I cut through 11 o'clock, I back up a little bit and I let it drop down to 9 o'clock. Then I cut a little bit more, and then I back up and I let it drop to 8 o'clock. I cut a little bit more, and then I let it drop down to 7 o'clock. And I just keep working it back and forth. By doing that, this line right here is going to let me keep pretty straight right here on the edge, right? Where I'm actually cutting it like that right there on an angle. You see that right there? Just letting it cut. Now, since now if I cut it on the saw and I cut it at 45, it'd be dead nuts. But the problem is I don't want it to pinch the blade and break my blade. So I would much rather do it with a cutoff wheel. It's actually faster if I just cut it long and then just zip the ends off. So that's what we're doing right there. Yeah, Mac, never force the blade. Yeah. So yeah, knocking off the corners. Yep. So that's basically, if you in this world and somebody says, hey, knock the corners off, that's what they're saying. Well, that's what it means by if somebody come up to me and say, hey man, I need you to knock the corners off all these, I need you to knock the corners off all that angle. That tells me they want all the angle cut at 45 degrees. That's how I know, right? But if they tell me different, then I know different. But if somebody says, hey, I need you to knock the angles off of those 2x4s, 2x6s, 1x6s, whatever, that tells me that they want everything on a 45 degrees. So that's how I was taught. That's how I was raised when I was around fabricators that were smarter than me. If somebody is taught different, everybody's got different lingo. When I worked in a restaurant, you go out there and you say, hey, I want a lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise sandwich. I want a BLT or cheeseburger, lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, and pickles. The person taking whatever the waiter and the waitress was taking the order, they might come in the kitchen, they might say something completely different. And you're like, what in the hell did they just say? And I know what you want. But yeah, that's where we're at on that. So let's go. Let's get it. Let's get it. Anybody got any questions or anything? Drop it down in the comments. We got a lot of smart guys in the comments. They can answer it, and then I'll follow back up on the questions. But I want to keep this boat rolling. All right, I'm gonna show you this before it falls off. I'm gonna show it to you. And if you seen how I was working high, low, like 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you know, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So let me show you so you kind of see. Man, this thing is sweaty or something. I don't know, man. I apologize, man. I really do. All right, you see how I was doing? I was rocking it back and forth. And you see how I just went, right down the edge. I just went right down the edge of that and I peeled it back. Like Nathan said, knocked the corners off. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this one up, go ahead and do that one, and I'm gonna go ahead and do these two pieces, and then we're gonna go get the other piece of angle, and we're gonna do that. So y'all just stay with me. I had one bust on me when I first started, hate using them for years. You talking about the cutoff wheel? Is that what you're talking about? What you talking about? Welcome to the channel, Hunter. If you're new to the channel, man, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, man. We're on our way to 10,000, baby. And we're giving you a little bit of free content this afternoon, give you a little bit of free game. Just remember, no religion, no politics. If you drop any religion or any politics, anybody with those wrenches, I'm gonna get you an Uber. Out of my leg. All right, let me go. All right, let's go get this other piece of angle. Go ahead and cut this last, or go ahead and cut this last piece. So, y'all. All right, this piece needs to be 21 and a half. Oh yeah. All right, so what we're doing is building this battery tray. So we got what we're doing is building two battery trays. So we got the first one and the second one. So we'll go ahead and we'll get it squared up and tacked together. Then we'll clean the table off, and then I'll drag that tubing out, and then we'll go ahead and measure the length of the tubing. I'm gonna do the same thing. We're gonna measure the length of the tubing. I'm gonna cut it, and then we're gonna 45 it with the cutoff wheel. And then we're gonna build the uprights. We're gonna do the uprights as well. We're gonna do them, and we're gonna bring it down, and then we will go from there, and then we'll tack it. I'm gonna reuse these gussets. I'll probably cut these loose, and then we'll just use these as well. But we're gonna take that tubing and we're gonna cut it at 45 as well. And we'll go from there. We've been on here 60 minutes. It's not too bad. So let me clean these edges up while that's cleaning. Let me clean these edges up, and then we'll go from there. And the cutoff wheels that I was using is these right here. That's what I'm using right there. get the other piece. I have to go back and look. It's been a pretty good while. I bought a pair of boots called Brunt boots. I'd have to go look. I did a video on them when I unboxed them. The first pair I got, they hurt my feet for some reason. So I sent them back, and they sent me another pair, and I wear them every day until the other day when I got a pair of tennis shoes. I wear these boots every day. And when it was warmer, I was barefooted, but I have beat and banged these summer guns. So I thought about sending the boots back to the company and showing them where they failed, like the back of the heel. Red Wings, man, I ain't heard Red Wings in a long time. What about some Doc Martens? The back of the heels, you know where the back of the heel is? My heel has rubbed that completely out. Like, there's no fabric left. It's gone. I have to put, like, it's crazy. But anyways, I thought about sending them back to them and saying, hey, look, I'll show you. I'll show you the shoes. Here's the boots right here. So, I mean, here's the boots. What I'm talking about is back here at the back, at the heel, all the fabric, all the insulation, all the fabric and everything is gone on the inside. There's nothing there. So I have to wear 2 pairs of socks. And then that didn't work out. So then I took a shoe insert and cut it. And I just got it stuck in the back right there. But, yeah. Oh, I've had them for over a year. I mean, they're out of warranty right now. But I thought about sending them back with a letter and say, hey, look, I just want to let you know, here's a pair of your boots. I've beat and banged these summer guns. I need to go back and look and see when I actually posted the video, when I actually got them. I know it's been over a year, and give a review on them after, you know, and say, hey, look, this is what happened to them after a year. But other than that, I mean, the boots were good. They just wore out, you know. I mean, it was a couple $100 for these summer guns. I'll catch up on that, Mac. Hold on a second, Mac. Hey, hey, there's a pair of boots that I want. There's a pair of boots that I want. They're in Norway, right? There's a pair of boots that I want to buy. They're in Norway, and they will not ship them to the United States. And the reason why they're not allowed to be shipped, they can't be shipped to the United States. So I got a buddy that lives in Canada. He said that he would buy the boots, have them shipped to him in Canada, and then ship them to me, but I'd have to pay, you know, I really want these pair of boots. They're bad to the bone, but they're in Norway. Now, I wouldn't wear them in the shop, but I'd wear them outside, you know. But let's pick up these. Hey, has anybody ever played, everybody played jacks, where you throw the ball and bounce it and pick it up? Look, this one goes right there. They get you. All right. So let's go ahead and, oh, that's the drop. Oh no, they're nice. I'd hunt in them. That's one reason why I want them, is because they're waterproof and they're good to like 40 below zero, but it don't get that cold here. But they're waterproof. But I would love to have a pair of them. But like I said, they won't ship them to the United States. They won't ship them to the United States because of what they're made out of. So. All right, so we're going here and we're going to shear a piece of we're going to go shear a piece of metal. We're going to go in here and cut a piece of metal about 10. I'm afraid to walk back there because the last time I walked back there, I lost you guys. Last time I walked by there, so what I'm going to do, y'all just hang tight. I'm going to go back there and cut a piece of metal. 10. I might go ahead and just cut it 10 by 21. Or 10 1/4 by 21. And then I can just take that piece of metal and drop it in the hole. And that will be my batteries. Oh, no, Nathan. Nathan, I understand. They're made in Norway. They're made in Norway. Nathan, so the boots that I want, that I like to have, they're in Norway, and they're made out of seal hide, and they're waterproof, and you can get them either brown or black. I mean, they got some that's colored, but I'd like to have a brown pair, and they're made out of seal hide. They look, they're waterproof, and they're good to like 40 below zero. They got shoes and boots, but they got a pair of boots that's about, I don't know, about half the way up your leg a little bit, maybe almost, I don't know, probably, let's say they probably 9 inches up your calf, and they are made out of seal hide, and I would love to have a pair. I got a buddy that lives in Ireland. He said he's got a pair, and he said, dude, they're phenomenal. But they won't ship them. They won't ship them to the United States. 10 1/4. We're going to do 10 1/4 by 21. So let me go cut a piece of metal. I can't walk y'all back in the back because the other day when I done that, I lost my life. So y'all just hang tight. Let me go back there and shear me a piece of scrap metal, 21 by 7. So I'll be right back. 21 by 7. I'm back. I'm back. I don't think I did that right. Hell no. Damn it, boy. I cut it the wrong way. I just have to cut it in 2 pieces. All right, so this piece was a funky piece, so all right, so we'll go 7. I was thinking about them damn shoes. We're just going here and I'll just cut 2 short pieces. I'll be right back. Cut one more piece. All right, boys and girls, we got it now. Did I cut it too long? I cut it 10.5 because that's what I cut the metal, or cut the angle. I need to cut this 10.25. So I got to go cut a 1/4 inch of it off. I'll be right back. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. What? All right, so yeah, so here we go. So that's basically the battery, 10 inches, 10.25 inches long. So 10.25 inches long by 7. So we can put that in there like that, right? And we'll put that in there like that. And basically that would kind of represent the battery. And then what I'll do is we'll clamp that and we'll go ahead and tack it together. We're not gonna weld it solid. We're just gonna tack it together for now in case we need to change. But yeah, so that's where we're at on that. So let's clamp this. Let's clamp it. Man, I'm hoping Harbor Freight puts these son guns right here on sale. Cause I need to go get me about 20 of them. I'll tell you something else I was looking into as well is those 1, 2, 3 blocks. They're nice. They're 1, 2, 3 blocks for fabbing. They're nice. So I need to get some of them blocks and need to get some of them blocks. There's 1, 2, 3 blocks. Need to get one of those, that T-square from Harbor Freight. Need to get some clamps from Harbor Freight. Need to get some clamps from Harbor Freight, and you get a daggone need to get some of those slide clamps too. I overthink shit, man. Like, you have no idea. So I'm gonna take these washers. Take these washers right here. I got some of them magnet clamps, and you know the bad thing about them, man? Them things get covered up in daggone metal shavings so bad that you can't even use the summer guns. Like, look. I got some. But they get so covered up in daggone metal shavings so bad, I get tired of messing with them. So we're gonna split the difference with, let me move this clamp. That'll be all right. That'll work. I can make that work. I can make that work. I can make that work. Well, that big eye in the sky went down, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Got a little chilly. My name's Chilly Willy. Boy, look at that right there. Look at that right there, boy. Ooh, yes, sir. What's up, SKD? Like I said, we're just going to tack this thing together. We're going to tack the other one together, and then we're going to drag that 2x4 rectangular tubing out. And we're going to bring it out. We're going to do it too. We only been on here for about... Yeah. Sorry. Let me double check this. Make sure we're good to go. Now, I'm gonna move my phone all the way to the other side of the building because I do not want a welding ball to hit this glass. So I'm gonna set y'all right up over here, out of the way. I'm gonna set y'all right here, and then when I get done, I'll come back. Like I said, we're just tacking it together right this second. And then like I said, we're just tacking it together. I know y'all all the way over there, but I can't afford for that phone to get a daggone welding ball stuck in the glass. Like I said, we're just tacking it. We're just tacking it. Good place for it, on the floor. Good place for it, on the floor. I seen the other day they got these speed corners. They were nice too. Boy, I hope these measurements are right. I hope these measurements are right on these batteries that boy told me. That's why we tacking them. Put a piece of aluminum under it. Y'all don't know nothing about that. My fake batteries. If I had those clamps that drop down on my table, I could screw it down and clamp them. Harbor Freight used to sell them, but they don't sell them no more. Well, I'm liking this thing. I'm liking it. Got the same top. All right. I'm coming. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I run 105. I run 105 mix. I run 105, 92% argon and 8% CO2. All right. So, all right, so this is the new lead that I just got. This BM25 for my Miller Matter 21. Yeah, so I'm liking this. They had a 25 footer and a 20 footer, but they were out of stock. So this is a 15 footer. So my other one was building battery trays for the pumps for the batteries. Now we're fixing to build the brace. So I cut these to represent the batteries. So that was just my little jig. And then the aluminum, I stuck underneath it so it wouldn't get on my table. I don't like getting welding balls on my table. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna measure the length. Now the length is gonna be the same as this one. This was the first design, but I don't like it, so we're gonna build another one. Cause I didn't know I had that 2x4 rectangular tubing. So this right here is actually 50, not me stupid. This is actually 54.5. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out here and we're gonna cut this piece of rectangular tubing. We're gonna cut this piece of 2x4 rectangular tubing. We're gonna cut this 54.5. We might cut it a little bit longer, just a little bit, and then we're gonna 45 the edges. We're not gonna do it in the saw because sometimes this thing gets caught and it breaks the edges. So we're gonna do 54.5, and then we're gonna cut 2 uprights. And we'll anyways, we're gonna cut this 54.5. So, and then we're gonna cut 2 uprights, and then we're gonna go from there. So, let me go in here and double check. Let me go in there and double check, make sure. And my ground, there's my ground. It's stuck to my table, so somebody wanted to know. 54 9/16. Is that what it was? Is that what it was? It was actually 54 and 5/16, but we'll cut it. We'll cut it 54. We'll cut it 54 and a half. We'll cut it 54 and a half. We'll cut it 54 and a half, I guess. We're watching Green Acres. I downloaded Green Acres on the Pluto TV. Y'all sit right there for just a second. Let me let you live with me. Y'all hang tight right there. Don't breathe hard, y'all might fall down. It's amazing how much that stuff surface rust just sitting over there in the corner. Is that gonna cut all the way through? Oh yeah. Whew. Hey. Chris Fisher. Chris Fisher. Look. That's the name of my driveway. That's the name of my driveway, man. And I never thought of it until you told me to download Green Acres. That's the name of my driveway, Green Acres. Probably so. Probably so, Matt. I got more blades. But I just don't want to change it. And that's why I don't want to cut nothing on a 45, because if it pinches it, it'll break it. And man, it's a pain in the ass to change the blade on that thing. Harbor Freight. I get them from Harbor Freight. Yeah, right here. Yeah. This one's actually a DeWalt. I don't have no cutting oil. They were out of it, but I've been using some damn PB blaster. Ah, shit. Man, automatic transmission fluid? Man, that shit's expensive, man. That shit like $9 a quart. I have to check that out, Mac. Look, I'm sitting right here. I could take some old motor oil. I mean, I could, like I said, it's been a good little saw. It's better than what we had. We had nothing. Yeah, I got some old motor oil. I could use that, or engine oil, whatever you want to call it. So this is the cross brace. Been on there for 113 minutes. Yeah. I tell you what, that PB blaster, it don't smell too good neither. So this is gonna be the cross brace. So what we'll do is we'll cut this piece, then we'll cut the two uprights, then we'll 45 it, and then I'm gonna tack it together. And then what I'm gonna do is I'll walk down there to the car to see what it looks like in the car. I won't be able to take y'all with me because I'll lose a signal unless I open the building up down there, and I'm not gonna open it up, but I'm just gonna tack it together and walk down there and just put eyeballs on it to see what it looks like. And then we'll come back, and then we'll probably see what the time of it is. Oh, we cut through. We good? We'll see what the time is. We'll see what the time is, and then we'll cut some tabs. We'll cut some tabs out on the machine, and because I'm gonna bolt. Everything's gonna be bolted together. Like, damn rat was in there dead. Everything's gonna be bolted together. Modular. Oh, I don't know where Holly's at. Ain't no telling where that son is at. Yeah, PB Blaster's high, but I use PB Blaster for everything. So let's see how high. Let's see how high this is over here, and then we're gonna cut. Yeah, probably so. So we got this right here. It's 7 1/4 to the top. So these legs here is 5 inches. Let's see. Probably that right there is 5. So if we go, let's do 6. So if we, this right here is, that's 2 inches. So if that's 2 inches, and we want to make it overall 6, we're going to use a plate at the bottom. So I want the overall height to be 6. So take away, just a 1/4 away. So that makes it 5 1/2. So let's see. So let's do this. So if I want the overall height, to be 6 inches. All right. And we're going to put 3/16, let's just say a 1/4. Put a 1/4 inch base plate. So that makes it 5 3/4. And then we got 2 inch block. So 2 inch from that makes it 3 3/4. So we need to make the uprights 3 3/4. So if we make the upright pieces 3 3/4, then we got a 1/4 inch base plate. We got a 1/4 inch base plate. So let's do this. So we got a 1/4 inch base plate, and we want the overall height to be 6. And we got 2 inches here. So that's 2 1/4. Yep. 3 3/4. Yep. 3 3/4. Yep. Yep. Yeah, because if this is 3 3/4, so we got 3 3/4 plus a 1/4, that's 4. Then plus 2, that's 6. So we need to cut 2 pieces, 3 3/4, and that will be my upright, because I want the finished height to be 6 inches, because it's OG6, 6 inches, OG6. So with that being said, so let's go cut 2 uprights. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. Y'all are not gonna believe this. I got welding balls stuck to my damn glass. Are you serious right now? I got welding balls stuck to my glass, and that son of a gun was all the way over there on the other side of the damn thing. Ah, almighty. 3 3/4. So we're gonna go 3 3/4. So let me sit y'all right here. What's up, Ryan? Welcome to the channel. I just now seen you comment. 3 3/4. I know, right? Goddamn welding balls stuck in my damn glass. Sometimes I can take a razor blade and hit the glass, and it'll knock them off. Can't have nothing. Can't have shit. No, I'm just messing. All right, let me see if let me go check in the back. I'll set the camera up right here so I can talk to you. I'm afraid to walk in the back. I'm afraid I'll lose you. Let me see if I got a piece of, I thought I had a piece of 1-inch angle. So y'all hang tight. Y'all just, I got a screen protector on it. I got a glass on it, a protective glass, but damn, I just got the damn thing. I found this. I could make some angle, but I can't make. I thought I had a piece. I know I got a piece of aluminum. There's a piece of tubing. I mean, worst case scenario, I can cut. Well, I can't do but I could only do a 12-inch piece. We're building a battery tray and a cross brace to hold them hydraulic pumps and the batteries. That's what we're doing. I could take and cut. I could cut some angle. Well, I could cut a piece of flat stock, and I could do it like we can make some 1-inch flat bar, 1-inch angle. And the press, we just make a 12-inch stick. We can make a 12-inch stick. And if we had to, we weld it together. Let's see how far, let's see how wide it'd have to be if we run. I'm gonna see if I can find some couplings tomorrow to put these together. When I go to the hardware tomorrow, see, I'm gonna take these with me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So how? Let's see. 5. I don't need 5 solenoids, but we're gonna make it where we can put 5 solenoids. Because if we add more batteries. So let's see what this is. So, yeah, so that's 16 inches. What's up, John Buchanan? We're building some parts, man. So, man, I really wish, I thought I had some damn angle. I might have some, You know what? Tomorrow I'll look in the bone pile outside to see if I have some angle. If I don't have no angle, we'll make some angle. And then what we'll do is we'll make a piece of angle. If we got some angle, we'll make it. And we'll make it like 19 inches long. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can find some couplings so I can put these together with couplings, and then whatever they are, the length, then we'll make a piece of angle, and then that piece of angle we can make on the brake, but we can only make it in 12-inch pieces, and then I can just weld it together and clean it up. I'd much rather have one stick, and then we can mount the solenoids on the side of this. We can drill some holes. That's why I wish I had a punch. That's why I wish I had an iron worker. I could just punch the holes. But if we drill, like wherever one of these is at, we'll just drill a hole through the angle. And then what we can do is we can plug weld it to that. And then on the angle, I'm going to drill holes and then weld nuts to the bottom of it. So when I run the bolts down through it, they're bolted and the nuts is down in the bottom. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to set these over here to the side. We'll set these over here. And we're going to make all this module where it all thread couplings. Just oh no, I'm not using them. You can borrow mine. Borrow what? Borrow what? What are you talking about, John? John, what you talking about? Borrow what? Hey, just let y'all know, John Buchanan over at Buchanan's Auto Sale, he is one of the sponsors for OG6. He has sponsored a lot of stuff, mentally, physically, and emotionally, and spiritually, and material-wise. So y'all give John a shout out. So we got this piece here. So now we're gonna cut another one. So let me just, that's what you want. Just make sure you don't get aluminums. Oh yeah, and they're a weird ass thread too. They're fine thread. So I'm gonna take one of them with me tomorrow to see if I can find some down at the hardware. I gotta go get a pressure valve for the house. So y'all hang tight. We'll set y'all right here. Don't slide off. Y'all stay right there for a second. All right, so check this out, Mac. I'll check that out, okay. So Mac, what's up, Square? What's up, Southern Square Body? Mac, on an iPhone, you can go in there and fix it where nothing's reversed in the background. So that's supposed to be not reversed. Is it reversed on y'all's end and not? It's actually should be. Jet hot coat should be the right way if you got your iPhone set up. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna mark this tubing. That's some. That thing cut crookeder than hell. It's 3 3/4 on this end and 4 inches on the other end. It's a good way. It's a good reason why we're gonna cut it off. That's what I've been cutting the 45s on, Chris. For that reason. I mean, it's a good saw, don't get me wrong, but that's why you cut it a little long. So we're gonna cut these ends. Oh yeah, we had one at the old shop where I used to work at. That thing was bad to the bone, man. Bad to the bone. It was a cold saw. It will cut anything but stainless. The boys, it would cut aluminum and carbon steel. Had this water coolant that went on it. Damn blade was like 36 inches and it was like it throw chunks off, man. Like a damn big dog chainsaw. But you could always tell when you could always come in and tell when somebody used it to cut stainless, because it'd be missing half the damn teeth. Had a big ass blade on it, man. I was looking at them the Evolution chop saw, but Mike said that them things was junk. Mike said them things was junk. So, I don't know. Like I said, he said them things were junk. Mine has a speed adjustment. You can slow it down and crawl. Mac, you got one of those Evolution saws? Cut that one crooked too. It cut that one crooked too. That's all right. We'll fix it. We'll fix it. Coming out there heavy. Hey, John. John, if you ever run across one of those welding petition walls, those plastic orange petition walls, you know what I'm talking about? You know, it looks like a curtain and it's got the orange, for welding shield, whatever. If you ever run across one of them, grab it and let me know, because it'd be great, set it up. And also, somebody said a welding blanket. I got some paint racks. I could get a welding blanket, hang it over, hang the welding blanket over the rack, and then I could put it between me and the car. So that's what I'm doing. I'm make sure sparks don't get on the car. That's what I'm doing. And John, what was you talking about? I could borrow yours. I missed that comment. What you talking about? Borrow what? What are you talking about? I didn't mark that side. You got an iron worker? Holla. Holla at your boy. Now these are gonna be fun. All right. Bet. This is gonna be fun. I had to cut a little extra off of it because it cut it at an angle. So. Oh yeah, it's doing a whole lot better. Yeah, all right. Oh shit, the TV cut off. I was wondering why it got quiet. All right, let's put it back on. Back with Green Acres. Green Acres is the place to be. Green Acres. Yeah, it's doing good, Chris. They had a 25-foot lead, a 20-foot lead, and a 15 and a 10. I wanted the 25, but it was out of stock. The 20 was out of stock, so I got a 15-foot. So let me move y'all on down here. I guess it ain't gonna make no damn difference. We're building some stuff for some hydraulics. We're gonna have a little bit of gap here because that thing the saw cut it on an angle, so we're just gonna do what we can do and then we're gonna let it roll. I want a gap. Mossy, what are you talking about? 21 and a half. Half of 21. Half of 20 is 10. Half of 1 is a half. That's inch, that's 3/4, 10 3/4. Mossy, what are you talking about? 5 pounds of spools and a solid, oh, I thought you said junk. You said solid chunk. 8 3/4. All right, this is what we. All right, so here's where we're at. So there's the, yeah, I like this a whole lot better. Like this a whole lot better. Whole lot better. Whole lot better. So now the 2 pumps. So we'll put the 2 pumps. Oh no, wait, yeah. So what we'll do is the 2 pumps. I'll drill a hole. I'll drill a hole all the way through this, and then I'm gonna sleeve it. Right. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll drill a hole all the way through. We'll drill a hole all the way through. Not the knot. Been on here almost 160 minutes. So then we'll drill a hole all the way through here. I'll cut this right here, and then we'll sleeve it. And then what I'll do is I'll make some brackets. I'll make some tabs. What I'll do is we'll cut some tabs out on the burn table, and we'll make some tabs like that. And what we'll do is we'll put a tab on the bottom of the rack, and we'll put a tab here. So there'll be a tab like that, and then the other tab will be like this, right? And then the battery tray will bolt to this. Yeah, that looks a whole lot better than that. That was just a speculation. Right? So now, once we we'll drill these 2 holes, sleeve it, I'll set the pump, and then I'll make the tabs for this, tab for here and here, and then we'll bolt it. We'll bolt this to this. All of it's modular. This piece here will be sleeved on a piece on the chassis. So this will be drilled. It'll be drilled through where this will drop down. See, this right here is module. See, this slides up and down. So I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do that. You know, sleeve that, because that's what it is right there. That piece of angle. So we'll have to find something that will go up into this where I can modularly bolt it, you know what I'm saying? But that's not really what I'm worried about right now. But so if I wanted to put another set of batteries, if I wanted to put another battery, I could actually come off of here. So the battery is 7 inches wide, but it's actually wider than that because of the angle. So if we put the 2 pumps, and if I decided to go with another battery, and I build another tray and welded that tray to this, like that. If we welded another tray out like that and run 4 batteries on this side and 4 batteries on that side, then the pump will be here and then the pump will be here. Once I get it all, I'm gonna bolt it together on the table. I really don't want to tack nothing on my table, so I probably won't. I know I got some more angle, some like 2.5 angle. So what I'll do is I'll just take a piece of angle and put it up on the table like this, and then tack this to the angle and then clamp it to the table. I just don't want to weld nothing to my table. So no, I'm not hiding nothing. Everything's like this. It's all hardened lines. It's all hardened. Now, are you talking about like do a bulkhead, like put a bulkhead fitting where you put there and then the lines are underneath it? Yeah, I'll probably do that because it's all this is hard line, polished hard lines. So yeah, like the lines, if I have to come out and go through, they'll all be hidden. Plus, I'm gonna cover the floor in beaded metal anyway. I don't wanna. I got a lot of money in this table, and I don't wanna. I don't want to take no grinder to it. So I'll take a piece of angle or some flat stop. I'll take some 3/16 plate like this and put on the table like that and clamp this to the table and then tack that to that. I don't have a problem doing that. Yeah, I'm liking this a whole lot better, boys and girls. I'm glad I shit canned that idea. I'm glad I found this. So it'll be like free. And then also, I'm gonna look tomorrow and see if I got some 1-inch angle. If I don't have any 1-inch angle, then we'll have to do, I'll make some angle. But also, once you get this pump here and this pump here, I might have to find a way to do the solenoids. So I got 10 solenoids. So I could put the bracket on here and put the solenoids like 1, 2. I could put 2 here. I don't know. I don't know. I think about putting them like right here. But if I put another battery, like right here, this would be another battery. Just think about it. So if you had another battery and then you got the pump, really don't have anywhere to put the solenoids. You know what I'm saying? So if we put another battery here and another battery there, then you got the pump, and the pump, it's gonna be tight. It'll be tight. And all this will be modular where it unbolts. So if it needs to come out and come out. Oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with that one. That was just stuff I just had. I mean, it was an idea. But when I found out I had this, I wanted to make it more, I don't know the word I'm looking for. But anyways, but yeah, so that's where we at on there. Just run 45. What? Run 45 just for solenoid. What are you talking about, Shane? Shane, what are you talking about? I don't understand what you're saying. Mo better. So I only have to run 3 solenoids because I'm only running 3 batteries, but I got 10 solenoids. So I know it's good to run more solenoids because if one messes up or whatever. Man, there's a lot of stuff. Let's see, Max got something premiere. Oh, 30 minutes, 8 o'clock. Okay. I don't know. Off the edge of the back of the pump. Just run off the edge of the back of the pump. I don't follow you. So if I run, I don't know, off the edge back to the pump. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know about if I'm gonna run 4 batteries. I might just run 3, 3 on this side and 3 on that side. If I do that, then I could run the solenoids like this. I could make the piece of angle here. I could make a piece of angle out of some 3/16 plate. I could bend it over there in the thing, and I could just take the angle and turn it. Yeah, once I get the pumps mounted. Yeah, you're right, Mossy. Yeah, I have to get the pumps mounted. 2 little starters, yeah, battery box edge. Yeah, the battery box edge. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that's where I was at. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, just take and make me a piece of angle. Make me a piece of 1-inch angle because that's 1 inch. Just go like one by one, and then just run the solenoids here, and then solenoids will be run on the angle all the way across, and then you'll have pump 1 and pump 2. Okay. All right, boys and girls. I appreciate that heads up, Nathan. So I appreciate every single one of you for tapping in. We've been on here for 173 minutes. I don't know if anybody will watch this all together, but we'll go from there. Here's the chain bridge. I can finish it up now since we got the welding lead, and it's doing really, really good. So here's the welds that I done earlier. There's the welds that I done earlier. So we're good on that. So Max got a premiere at 8 o'clock. Tulu's live right now. So I appreciate every single one of you. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Remember what I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. If you watched all this and you enjoyed everything, hit the subscribe button, boys and girls. Yes, the new lead fixed the problem. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right here's the new lead. It sure did. It's a 15-foot lead, and it fixed the problem. It sure did. Micah, it sure did. Yep, it sure did, my guy. This was the first pass right out the gate. I had to adjust a few things, and this is the second pass right out the gate. So, yeah, she did good, man. Yeah, part number BM25. And it came with some extra parts. It came with some extra parts. So that's Hasweld Products. I got it off of Amazon. They had a 25-foot, a 20 lead, and a 15-foot. The 25 and the 20 was out of stock, so I got the 15-foot lead. So good stuff, good stuff. BM 25. Yep, heavy duty too, the heavy duty version. So I appreciate every single one of you. Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We're trying to hit 8,000. We're trying to hit 8,000. No, we're trying to hit 9,000. Our goal is to hit 10,000, so I'm taking all constructive criticism. I did do this video first on members only, then all the members said, hey man, do this live and let everybody see it. So boys and girls, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, share it with your friends, share it with your enemies, share it with whoever. I appreciate every single one of you, boys and girls. Hit that subscribe button. Remember I said, don't worry about the man up road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first at loose and drag.